thinking about moving to Granbury and you want to know the pros and cons of living there, stay tuned to this video. I'm going to talk about some different pros and cons about living in Granbury.
Clarkson Premier Team, welcome to your new hometown.
Hey, today's video is going to be all about the pros and cons of living in Granbury. Pro number one, our historic Granbury Square. Our square has the beautiful courthouse in the middle, and then it is surrounded by 4 rows of shops. And those shops include kitchen gadget shops, boutiques, restaurants, a place to get a drink after work and hang out with friends, all different kinds of entertainment that you can imagine. And then, of course, we also have throughout the year different festivals and events that they're put on the square where you can come by and enjoy the festivals there. During those events, they have like activities you can do and also things they sell and things like that. So there's lots to do around the historic Granbury. And another thing about the historic Granbury is it also is the home of our amazing opera house and also Granbury Live, where you can get some great in-person shows that are some great experiences to go watch. Tip number 2 is Lake Granbury. Many people enjoy lake living or just enjoying the lake itself. We have several different places around Granbury where you can have public access to the lake. So if you don't technically live in Granbury but want to enjoy Lake Granbury, there is a place for you to launch your boat. And then of course the beautiful lake homes where you can have access right there at your home with your boat dock and go and hop on Lake Granbury and enjoy it, or just enjoy the beautiful view and sounds of Lake Granbury. Tip number 3 is the affordability. Hood County currently is one of the lowest tax rates of counties around the surrounding area. And so if you're looking for lower taxes, Hood County was a great place for you to call home. Tip number 4, it has a small town feel. Even though Granbury itself, population is right around a little bit less than 60,000 people, the core of Granbury is only about 10,000, and then the surrounding area that makes up all of Granbury is right about 60,000. It still has that small town feel. We still have great festivals. People get into the Friday night lights at the high school and to enjoy the football. And it just feels like a small town feel where everybody is there to help each other. Of course, I bet this is why you've decided to listen to this video, is the cons. What is not a great thing about living in Granbury, because they all have them, you know, and not everything is rainbows and unicorns. There are some things about Granbury that stink about living there. Con number 1 is the traffic on 377. 377 is our main highway that goes through Granbury, and at times of the day it is bumper to bumper. Especially around lunchtime, it takes a little bit to get down all of 377. But overall, the traffic in Granbury is not something that's unbearable. It's just something that's an inconvenience at times. On the highway of 377, you'll find many businesses and restaurants along the way. And if you use your GPS, you can usually go those back ways to miss a lot of that 377 traffic if you want. Also, people tend to choose to live on the Glenrose side of Granbury or the Fort Worth side of Granbury, and sometimes don't cross the 377 threshold to go to either side of Granbury, depending on what you want to accomplish living in Granbury. Con number 2 is the possibility of the drought. A lot of people move to Granbury because of that beautiful lake that they want to enjoy. Well, not too long ago, we did experience a drought in Texas, and Lake Granbury was down, and you weren't able to access Lake Granbury as easily as you are today. And so you know what? The level of water definitely changes, and it's nothing that we have control over. So if you come to Granbury only to enjoy the lake, there may be potential possibility down the road that there's another drought. But you know what? When I moved here, we were in a drought, and I used to think it's never going to go back to where it was. This lake is always going to be down. I feel so bad for people that live on the lake. And then lo and behold, we had a few great rains, and the lake came back. And the idea that it was down is almost like a distant memory. People still remember it because it's not been that long ago, but it is not as prevalent as when I first moved to Granbury, and people talked about how the lake was low. So, you know, there is that potential possibility, but you know what? It's not today. The lake is alive and well, so come out and enjoy it as much as you can. Con number 3 is internet connection. Since Granbury is kind of away from the Metroplex, the options for internet usage is limited. It's not like if you're living in a big city where you have lots to choose from. It is getting better all the time. So when you are choosing a home in Granbury, you want to make sure if internet connection is important to you, find out what they currently have that they have in the way of internet and what are your potential possibilities coming down the road, because it can be slower than some areas that you might be used to. Con number 4, shopping mall access. So Granbury in itself does not have a shopping mall. So if you want to go shop at the mall or do some of that big box shopping in the way of department stores, you are going to have to drive in to the Metroplex to do that. The good news is that Granbury is only about a 45-minute drive into Fort Worth, and you can experience all those shopping malls that you like. But one nice thing about living in Granbury is they have a lot of great boutiques, and you can get specialty items in those boutiques, and they're a great place to connect with the local businesses. So you may not even need to go to the mall, or there's always ordering online as well. I hope I was able to answer your questions about the pros and cons of living in Granbury. Granbury is a great place to call home, but you also need to know about some things that aren't so great about Granbury so you can decide, is this the place for you? If you have questions or would like to make a move in the Granbury area, my team, the Clarkson Premier Team, would love to help. Feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is below, but my phone number is 682-500-8588. We love to help those who are looking to make a move. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.